All right, so you know how every entrepreneur kind of dreams of starting their own thing,
Uh-huh.
but then they look at the stats and they get scared because, like, a lot of businesses fail.
Right.
Like, a lot, a lot.
It's a scary thought.
But, like, what if you could avoid the biggest pitfall?
Wow.
That would be pretty cool.
Right. It'd be huge. Yeah.
So for today's deep dive, you and I are going to look at this excerpt from an article
Okay.
called Why Businesses Fail, Validating Market Demand.
Okay.
I mean, just understanding that feels like it's super make or break for a new business.
It's the foundation.
Yeah.
This article dives right in and says, look, most businesses fail in the first 5 years.
Yeah.
And the number one culprit is there's no market demand.
It's like spending months perfecting your grandma's secret lasagna recipe,
All right.
but everyone in your neighborhood is vegan.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Right.
You can have the best product, like the A-team,
Yeah.
a great marketing plan, but if nobody wants what you're selling,
Yeah.
it's game over.
Yeah.
And speaking of game over, remember Quibi?
Oh, how could I forget?
Right.
I mean, it seemed like a sure thing.
It did.
Yeah.
They raised $1.75 billion.
Wow.
For a second, let that sink in,
Yeah.
had huge Hollywood names involved, and 6 months later, it's gone.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
That's a cautionary tale if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
What went wrong? Was it just bad timing or?
Timing for sure played a role, but there's more to it.
Okay.
So think about it. People already have YouTube, TikTok.
Yeah, they're already drowning in content.
Right, exactly. So
Okay.
did they really need another one?
Yeah, good point.
Plus, Quibi was for on-the-go viewing, like you're out and about.
Yeah.
But it launched during a pandemic when everybody was stuck at home.
Oh, right.
So kind of a mismatch there.
Ouch, that's rough.
It's painful.
So much money and talent behind it, and
I know.
it just goes so wrong.
Yeah, so that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it shows how important validating your market demand is.
Yeah.
But the good news is this is completely avoidable.
Okay. I like where this is going.
Okay.
So tell me, how do we, turn the tables and stack the odds in our favor?
Well, it boils down to this: validate your idea
Okay.
before you go all in.
Okay.
It's like you're going on a road trip across the country. You check the map first.
Right, yeah.
You don't want to end up in the wrong state.
Yeah, or run out of gas.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
So how do we check the map
Yeah.
with our business ideas?
Okay, well, the article has 4 key steps.
Okay,
I think we should go through those.
let's do it.
So first up, you got to validate your idea by talking to customers.
Okay.
Get out of the building. Go talk to people. Ask them about their problems,
Uh-huh.
the solutions they're using. Would they pay for what you're offering?
I mean, it sounds so simple, but I bet a lot of people skip that step.
I know.
They're just so in love with their own idea.
Yeah, they forget to ask if anyone else thinks it's a good idea.
Exactly.
And that's where a minimum viable product, or MVP, comes in.
Okay.
You don't have to build Rome in a day, right?
Right. Start small,
Yeah.
get a basic version, get some feedback.
Kind of like a prototype, right?
Yeah, just like a prototype. Test the waters.
Okay.
And remember, Airbnb
Mm-hmm.
started with an air mattress in their apartment.
Oh, well.
So that's how scrappy they were in the beginning.
And look at them now.
I know.
Wild.
It's amazing.
You really don't need much to get started.
No, you don't.
That's cool.
Okay, and then that brings us to step 3. You got to figure out your unique selling proposition.
Okay.
Or USP.
USP. Got it.
Even if there's similar stuff out there, what makes yours special?
Yeah.
Why should customers choose you?
I love that.
Right. So what's your secret sauce?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your special ingredient?
That's the thing that makes me me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So classic example, Google.
Mm-hmm.
Not the first search engine,
Right.
but they were so fast and accurate.
Yeah.
That was their thing.
So it's not about being totally original. It's just like doing it better.
It's doing it better.
Yeah.
Or offering something that nobody else is offering.
I like that.
Okay. And then finally, you got to be ready to pivot.
Okay.
Because the market's always changing. So if something isn't working, don't be afraid to adapt.
Okay.
You know, Instagram started as a check-in app
Oh, really?
called Bourbon.
Wow. Yeah, I did not know that.
But people loved the photos.
Oh.
So they pivoted. And look at them now.
And the rest is history.
It is
Yeah.
amazing.
So we've got these 4 steps to avoid business failure.
Right.
I'm already feeling better
Good.
about this whole entrepreneurial landscape.
But
It's all about validating,
yes,
testing, finding your unique thing,
you got it.
and being flexible.
That's it. So you know how we were saying market demand is more than just need? It's
Yeah.
also like desire.
Uh-huh.
But most importantly, are people willing to pay?
Right.
Because there's tons of products out there that are cool or useful.
Right.
But if no one's paying for it,
Yeah.
then it's not a business.
It's not sustainable. You could invent, like, the world's best back scratcher,
Right.
but if no one will buy it,
Yeah, exactly.
you're going to make any money.
So that's why validating is so important.
Okay.
You can't just assume people will pay what you think it's worth.
Yeah.
You got to get real-world data.
So talk to people.
Talk to people.
See what they're already using.
Yeah.
What they like, what they don't like.
Yeah.
What they would spend.
And that data can come from all sorts of places.
Okay.
You know, customer surveys, market research,
Yeah.
competitor analysis, and then obviously testing with your MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Like getting it out there.
It's like detective work.
It is.
You're gathering clues,
Yeah,
figuring out what the market wants.
exactly. And then once you've gathered all those clues, you got to analyze them.
Okay.
You know, really understand what they're telling you.
Yeah.
And then make decisions based on that data.
So it's like a constant
It's a cycle of
learning.
It's a cycle of learning and adapting.
Got it.
And you know, the better you are at navigating that cycle,
Yeah.
the more likely you are to succeed.
So now I want to go back to USPs
Okay.
because I think in a crowded marketplace,
Yes.
that's really important.
Yeah.
But how do you even find your unique selling proposition?
Well, it can be tricky,
Yeah.
but it's worth it.
Okay.
Because your USP is like what sets you apart.
Right.
It's why customers choose you instead of the other guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like your secret sauce.
It's my special ingredient.
It
The
is.
thing that makes me me.
Right. So how do we find that secret sauce?
Yeah. How do we figure that out?
Well, first, you got to really understand your target audience.
Okay.
Who are you trying to reach?
Okay.
What are their needs, their pain points?
Okay.
What keeps them up at night?
So you really got to put yourself in their shoes,
You do.
understand their world,
Yeah,
and figure out how to make it better.
exactly. And once you understand them,
Yeah.
then you can figure out what makes you uniquely qualified to serve them. So maybe it's your product's features,
Yeah.
or maybe it's your pricing,
Right.
or you're really committed to sustainability.
Right.
Maybe you've got incredible customer service,
Oh,
or
yeah.
even just your brand's personality.
Yeah, it could be anything.
It should be anything.
As long as it like resonates with your people.
It's got to resonate and it's got to set you apart,
Okay.
right? So find what you do best
Yeah.
and highlight it.
I like that.
And then once you find it,
Yeah.
you got to make sure it's in like every part of your business.
Oh, so it's not just like a tagline.
No.
It's like everything.
It's how you answer the phone.
Wow. Okay.
It's your marketing, your website, your
Yeah.
packaging.
Yeah.
It should be everywhere.
So it really is the foundation.
It is.
The whole
It's
business.
the foundation of your brand.
Okay. This is starting to click for me.
Good.
So we talked about validating market demand,
Yes.
finding our USP,
Uh-huh.
being willing to pivot,
Yes.
and like the whole MVP approach.
Right.
What other good stuff
Oh, yeah.
is in this article?
Well, one thing that really stood out to me was the emphasis on starting small.
Okay.
And testing your MVP doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
It just has to be functional enough to get feedback.
To just get it out there.
Get it out there.
Don't wait for it to be perfect.
Don't get bogged down in perfectionism.
Right, because the longer you wait,
Yeah.
the more you're going to fall in love with it.
And you become blind to the flaws.
Yeah.
It's better to find those flaws early
Right.
when you can fix them.
Fail fast. Learn faster.
Exactly.
So it's all about experimenting,
It is.
being willing to make mistakes.
And learning from them.
Right, because ultimately a failure is just feedback.
It is.
It's an opportunity to fix things
It's right.
and come back stronger.
Which brings us to another important point from the article.
Okay. Resilience.
Resilience. I feel like that's such a buzzword.
It is.
But when you're talking about the ups and downs of like
Yeah.
building a business,
Absolutely. It feels kind of crucial.
building a business is a roller coaster. You know,
Yeah.
you're going to have those highs and lows,
Yeah.
moments of like exhilaration and then sheer terror.
Right.
You're going to have setbacks, challenges,
Yeah.
and, you know, definitely some doubts along the way.
It's like that saying, entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't.
Mm-hmm.
So you can live the rest of your life like most people can't.
I love that.
Right.
And it's so true. Building a business is tough.
Yeah.
But the people who succeed
Uh-huh.
are the ones who can weather the storms and come out stronger.
So how do you cultivate that resilience?
Right.
Is it something you're just born with or?
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
Some people are just naturally resilient.
Right.
But I think anyone can develop it
Okay.
with practice and the right mindset.
So what kind of mindset are we talking about here?
Okay, so it's about really believing in yourself
Mm-hmm.
and your vision,
Yeah.
even when things are tough. It's about looking at those challenges as opportunities to grow
Okay.
and the setbacks
Yeah.
as like valuable lessons.
Good.
It's about being able to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and
Yeah.
keep going,
No matter what.
no matter what happens.
That's powerful.
That is.
So much of it sounds like it comes down to
Yeah.
just having a positive outlook.
Absolutely. And, you also got to surround yourself with good people.
Oh, yeah, like a support system.
Yeah, people who believe in you.
Right.
Who encourage you, who can give you advice
Okay.
when you need it.
So your family, your friends,
Exactly.
a mentor,
A mentor.
other entrepreneurs who get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so speaking of mentorship,
Right.
the article mentions it, but I want to hear more
Okay.
about how, having a mentor can really impact you.
Mentorship can be a game changer.
Yeah.
Having someone who's been there, done that,
Right.
who can give you advice, share their experiences,
Yeah.
help you through the ups and downs.
Just having a guide
It is
on that roller coaster.
on that roller coaster. It's
Yeah.
like they can tell you, okay, watch out for this loop-de-loop.
Right.
Here comes a sudden drop.
Yeah, yeah.
And, just help you stay on track.
When things get rough.
Exactly.
So mentorship doesn't have to be like this formal thing.
No, it doesn't.
It could just be like grabbing coffee.
Yeah, just connect with someone you admire.
Okay.
Have a phone call.
Mm,
Just be open to learning from people.
I love that.
Right.
So seek out guidance,
Yes.
ask questions.
And be open to feedback.
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Don't be afraid.
If
And
it-
you know what? You can be a mentor too.
Oh, it's true.
Even if you're just starting out,
Right.
you have something to offer.
Yeah.
You have experiences and insights to share.
It's a two-way street.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think it's amazing when entrepreneurs support each other.
I agree.
It's beautiful.
Okay, well, this has been an awesome deep dive.
It has.
I feel like we really unpacked some great strategies.
We did.
To avoid business failure,
We did.
we talked about validating market demand,
Yes.
finding our USP, starting small testing,
Right.
being willing to pivot,
Yes.
embracing the MVP approach,
Absolutely.
cultivating resilience,
It's so.
building that community,
Yes.
and finding a mentor.
You got it.
So much good stuff.
Lots of good stuff.
I feel inspired.
Good.
Okay, before we go,
Right.
I want to go back to those books.
Okay.
I know we listed them before,
Right.
but could you just remind us
Yeah. Quite.
what they were and the key takeaways?
So first we have The Lean Startup by Ries,
Mm.
and it's all about testing ideas, pivoting, and avoiding waste.
Such a good one.
It's a must read.
Okay, what's next?
Okay. Then we have The $100 Startup by Guillebeau,
Okay,
and it's full of stories about people who started businesses with not a lot of money.
that's inspiring.
It is.
Okay, what else?
Blue Ocean Strategy by W. Chan Kim and Renée Mauborgne, and that's all about creating unique products
Okay,
and avoiding those crowded markets.
I like that.
So if you want to disrupt an industry,
Uh-huh.
that's the book for you.
Okay, sounds good. What's next?
The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz.
Okay.
And it's a really honest look at what it takes to run a business.
Yeah.
So lots of practical advice,
Okay.
hard-won lessons.
That sounds really insightful.
It is.
Okay, and last but not least?
0 to 1 by Peter Thiel.
Okay.
And this one explores creating something totally new,
Right.
not just copying what everyone else is doing.
Okay.
So if you have big ideas,
Yeah.
this is the one for you.
Wow, what a lineup.
I know,
I'm
right?
going to have to check these out.
You should.
Okay, so as we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with this.
Okay.
Building a successful business
Uh-huh.
is a journey, not a destination.
So true.
It's a constant learning and
It's
experimenting
process.
and adapting.
Absolutely.
So never give up on your
You
dream.
never give up.
If you have a great idea
Yeah.
and you're willing to put in the work,
You got it.
anything is possible.
Anything.
Keep diving deep. Keep
Keep
learning.
chasing those dreams.
We're here to support you every step of the way.
We are.